What's up everyone, it's just Blaze89. Today's video is going to be the best class setup for the Type 100 SMG in Call of Duty Vanguard. I'm going to be explaining in this video why I pick the attachments I pick and what they do to the gun. If you don't want to hear all of that details, you can skip to the last minute and I'll give a quick rundown of just what the attachments are without the explanation. Right, let's get into it. The first attachment we're going to have is going to be the M1929 Silencer. This is just so you don't appear on the minimap when you're firing your weapon. It does give a minus 4% to the aim down sight time, but it's really not noticeable, and neither is the horizontal recoil control that you gain 3% recoil control. Again, not really noticeable. So it's mainly there just to keep us off the map when you're firing the weapon. The next attachment, and this is one of the most important, is going to be the Shiriashi, I think I'm saying that right, precision barrel. And this increases headshot damage to 53, meaning that when you combine it with Vital, it's a 2-shot kill from the upper chest and above. Horizontal recoil control is also boosted by 40%, essentially eliminating the horizontal recoil as it's already pretty low. It decreases body damage by 30%, but if you add the Russian short 30 round mags, it completely counters that, so you still do the 28 damage to the body like you would if you didn't have this barrel. So you get all the upside of the attachment with no real downside. As for the sight, have any that you really feel comfortable with. I personally like the Mark Three sun filter as it's a 1.5 magnification sight, and I find that to suit me, but it's whatever you're comfortable with, it doesn't really matter. Next, for the stock, we're going to have the Warubachi skeletal stock. That's going to give us a 10% increase to sprint to fire time, which if you didn't know what that is, it's the amount of time it takes from out of a sprint from where you're running to when you press shoot, how long it takes for the actual bullets to come out the gun. It also gives us a 2% movement speed boost, which again isn't noticeable, and a nerf to our horizontal and vertical recoil control, but again it's only 3%, so you won't even notice that. The grip we're going to go for is going to be the Carver 4 grip. That's going to give us vertical recoil control boost of 9%, and also a slight increase to our hip fire accuracy. The magazine that we're going to go for is going to be the Russian 30 round mags, as I said earlier, and that's going to give us a 55% boost to body and limb damage, which, as I said earlier, completely removes and counters the nerf from body damage, so we'll have the 28 damage to the body. It also increases damage range by 42% from 560 to 800, and it also boosts bullet velocity by 30% from 458 meters a second to 596. It does reduce recoil control by 40%, but with our other attachments it's still fairly accurate. Obviously not so much at long range, but you really should only be getting into gunfights at close to medium range if you can, as that's where this gun works best. Ammo, you can go for either incendiary or lengthened. Now, lengthened is probably better because it increases bullet velocity, but in this gameplay I'm using incendiary and that works just as well. It does slightly reduce bullet velocity, but it does give you a slight increase to damage over time with burn damage. The grip that we're going to go for is going to be the fabric grip. That gives you a slight boost to your sprint to fire time, giving us a sprint to fire time of 158 milliseconds, which is really quick, and a slight boost to aim down sight time, giving us an ADS time of 236 milliseconds. The proficiency that you want is going to be the Vital proficiency. As I said earlier, this will give you headshot damage to the chest and up, making this a 2-shot kill as long as you hit the chest, neck or head, or a 3-shot kill with 1 to the chest or head and the rest to anywhere else. Then we're going to go with the kit as fully loaded, just so we start with maximum starting ammo so we don't end up running out of bullets. That's going to give you 4 extra magazines, which will make a lot of difference, especially if you're going on quite the kill streak. As for the secondaries, I personally go for the combat shield just to stop you getting shot from the back. You really don't want to you get a lot of kills with how bad the spawns are in this game. You get killed a lot from people from behind, and this really helps at least give you a chance to get away or react to those shots, because if they're hitting you in the back, they're just going to hit the right shield. As long as they don't hit you on the legs, you'll be fine. Perk 1, we're going for Dauntless, which makes you immune to movement reducing effects, and what this means is in this game there's a mechanic where someone's shooting at you and their shots are landing near you. It will slow your movement speed, sometimes to the point where you feel like you're stuck in the mud. I'm not even joking. You may have noticed this sometimes where it seems like you're moving slow when you're getting shot at, and that's why it is. This perk stops that from happening, which helps keep you moving, and obviously helps if you're rushing, which you probably will be with an SMG. Perk 2, we're going for the radar perk. To me, this is the best perk because it means when someone fires their weapon, they'll show up on the mini-map as a red dot, unless obviously they're using a suppressor or subsonic ammo. Obviously, this is important because you want to know where the enemy is whenever you can, because that just helps you get information about where to move to and where to avoid. Oh yes, also without this perk, enemies won't show up on the mini-map as red dots, so you'll have less information and more chance of getting killed. Perk 3, I've obviously gone for overkill so that I get the riot shield. If you'd rather, you could take lightweight for quicker movement speed, but I'd advise overkill for the riot shield, as you'd be surprised how often it saves you from being killed from behind, especially with the spawns in this game, as I said earlier. Lethal and tactical is whichever you'd prefer, really. It doesn't really matter. It's whatever you're most comfortable with. And that's it for this class setup. Oh yes, also the field upgrade, if I was you, I'd go for dead drop, just because that stores your kill streaks, and if you want to abuse it, then when you get your highest kill streak, call it in, then drop dead drop, and when you die, you'll only need one more kill to get it again. Everyone's abusing that at the minute, so I suppose why not if everyone else is. As for how to play with this gun in general, like I said earlier, you want to really be keeping it at close to medium range. Movement wise, if you struggle with getting around the map, the best advice is always to stick to the outskirts, really, and try and not go running down any long open sight paths, to be fair. If you are at range in a gunfight, you really want to kind of burst fire it, but for the most part, you do want to enjoy what I'm on about. You do want to try and avoid long range gunfights with this weapon. It's very powerful, one of the quickest time to kills in the game if you're doing it at close to medium range, but it gets difficult as that range extends out, just due to the vertical recoil control kicking a bit. Anyway, I hope you found this helpful. Subscribe if you enjoyed the video and you'd like to see more Call of Duty videos, tips, guides, and anything helpful. If there's anything you want to see, leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think of this. Have you used this gun? Anyway, sorry for rambling. I hope this wasn't too long. Oh, before we finish, I said I'd give a quick rundown. It's the M1929 Silencer, the Shirayashi Precision Barrel, any optic, the Warabachi Skeletal Stock, Carver foregrip underbarrel, the magazines, the Russian 30 round mags, ammo is incendiary or lengthened, fabric grip for the rear grip, vital for proficiency, and fully loaded is the kit. Sorry, I nearly forgot that there. But yeah, as I was saying, hope you enjoyed the video. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.